Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we've got something truly special that will make your heart race. Let's talk about the United States of America 2019 Lowell $quarter. This coin, often overlooked by casual collectors, holds a fascinating story and an incredible value that might just surprise you. If you love coins, especially rare ones, you're going to want to stick around for this entire video, because today, we're diving deep into why this 2019 Lowell quarter could be worth more than you ever imagined. So, let's get started. In 2019, the United States Mint issued the Lowell quarter as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. The program itself is dedicated to celebrating national parks and landmarks across the country, and the Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts was chosen as the subject for this specific coin. The design beautifully captures the history and heritage of Lowell, a city known for its Industrial Revolution roots and rich textile history. The quarter features a striking image of a woman, representing the labor force of the time, with a backdrop of the iconic Butte cotton mills. While the design is visually stunning, it's the rarity of this coin that really gets collectors excited. These quarters were minted in large numbers, and like most circulating coins, they were used and tossed around. The truth is, most of these coins will show signs of wear and tear. But here's the thing, there's a very limited number of these quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition. And when it comes to rare coins, condition is key. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this coin so rare? Well, there are several factors that contribute to its scarcity, and collectors are keen to get their hands on them. The Lowell quarter from 2019 has a few notable features that can make it more valuable, especially if it's in mint condition. One of the most interesting things about this coin is that some were accidentally minted with errors. Minting errors can dramatically increase a coin's value because they make it a one-of-a-kind piece. Some of these quarters have been found with misprints or even variations in the design, where certain features are missing or incorrectly stamped. For example, there have been reports of coins with clipped edges or unusual colorations. These small but significant imperfections can make all the difference when it comes to pricing in the collector's market. It's these errors that drive up demand, as they're incredibly rare and impossible to replicate. If you come across one of these error coins, it could mean a serious payday for you, but even without errors, the Lowell quarter has an allure of its own. Coins from the America the Beautiful program are becoming increasingly sought after by collectors who are looking to complete their sets. With each coin representing a different national park or landmark, owning a Lowell quarter in excellent condition is becoming a highly desirable goal for many. As time goes on and fewer of these coins remain in mint state, their value only continues to rise. Now, let's talk numbers, because after all, that's what it all boils down to when you're a collector. If you have a 2019 Lowell quarter in uncirculated condition, you're already looking at a higher price than what you'd expect for a regular quarter. But if you're fortunate enough to possess one with a rare minting error or in near-perfect condition, you're holding on to something that could be worth a small fortune. Are you ready for this? Hold on to your seats, because a flawless Lowell quarter with a rare minting error could be valued at a staggering $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a single quarter. That's right, this small coin, just a fraction of the value of an average quarter, could become a prized possession worth thousands of dollars. So, if you have any 2019 Lowell quarters lying around, it's time to take a closer look. Whether it's in your collection or hiding in a jar somewhere, make sure to check the condition and look for those rare, valuable errors. You never know, you might just be sitting on a coin worth thousands. Top 2, I've got something that's going to blow your mind. If you're a collector, you won't want to miss this. We're diving into the United States of America 2007 Idaho $quarter, a coin that, believe it or not, could be worth way more than you think. Now, most of us are used to seeing quarters casually in our pockets or wallets, but some of these seemingly ordinary coins can hold incredible value, especially when you understand the history and rarity behind them. The 2007 Idaho quarter is one of those hidden gems that has become highly sought after by collectors. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn just how much this coin could be worth. First, let's take a quick trip back in time to 2007. That year, the U.S. Mint released the Idaho quarter as part of the 50-state quarters program. This was an initiative that showcased a different state with a unique design on the back of the quarter, and the Idaho quarter was designed to represent the state's natural beauty. If you take a close look at the reverse of the coin, you'll see an image of a soaring peregrine falcon, a symbol of Idaho's wildlife, perched on a rock, with a majestic mountain backdrop. The design is a beautiful tribute to the state's wild and rugged landscape, highlighting Idaho's pristine wilderness. At first glance, this quarter might seem like just another coin to add to your collection. But what makes the 2007 Idaho quarter so intriguing to collectors? Well, as with many coins, it's all about rarity, and this coin has a few elements that make it incredibly rare, especially in certain conditions. While the quarter was minted in large quantities, what makes it valuable is the relatively small number that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. Over time, many of these coins were circulated and have seen their fair share of wear and tear. Coins with heavy scratches, dings, or discoloration are common and hold little value. But finding one in mint condition is where the excitement begins. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. There are some known variations and minting errors associated with the 2007 Idaho quarter that make it even rarer, and far more valuable. A minting error happens when something goes wrong during the production process, making a coin unique. For example, some 2007 Idaho quarters were released with slight design imperfections or struck on incorrect planchets, leading to some coins having misaligned or double-struck images. These errors are extremely rare, and when found, they are highly prized by collectors. Coins with minting errors often fetch significantly higher prices because they're one-of-a-kind pieces. If you happen to stumble upon a 2007 Idaho quarter with one of these errors or in an uncirculated condition, it could be worth much more than you ever imagined. But that's not all. There's also a certain level of demand for this coin. As more collectors hunt for it to complete their state quarter sets, the value continues to rise. Over the years, the Idaho quarter has become one of the more popular coins from the 50-state quarter series, which only adds to its rarity and desirability. So, how much could this coin be worth? Well, if you happen to have one of these quarters in near-perfect condition, or even better, one with a minting error, prepare to be amazed. The value of a pristine, error-free 2007 Idaho quarter can easily go for thousands of dollars. But here's the real kicker. If you're lucky enough to own a coin with a rare minting error or one that has been kept in perfect condition over the years, it could be worth an astounding $57,000. Yes, you heard me correctly, $57,000 for just one quarter. That's right, this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth more than you'd ever expect, and it's a reminder of just how valuable some rare coins can become. So, if you have any 2007 Idaho quarters tucked away in your collection, take a closer look. Check for minting errors, look for that uncirculated quality, and see if you're sitting on a coin worth thousands. Who knows? You might just have a small fortune in your hands. Top 3, we've got something truly exciting to talk about, an overlooked treasure that could be hiding in your collection right now, the 2006 Nebraska quarter. At first glance, this may seem like just another coin in the long line of state quarters, but trust me, this particular quarter holds a story that is both rare and intriguing. If you're into coin collecting, or just someone who loves uncovering hidden gems, you'll definitely want to stick around for this one. The 2006 Nebraska quarter isn't just another state quarter, it's a coin that could be worth much more than its face value, and today, we're going to explore exactly why. The 2006 Nebraska quarter was released as part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program, which was designed to celebrate each state's unique history and culture. Nebraska's quarter, which was the 37th in the series, features an image of the Chimney Rock, an iconic natural landmark that served as a guide for pioneers traveling westward along the Oregon Trail. It's a beautiful, detailed design that captures Nebraska's historical significance and the rugged journey of those who passed through the state. The design also includes a buffalo, which is another important symbol of Nebraska's wildlife and heritage, but here's where things get really interesting. What sets this coin apart from the others? It's the rarity and the conditions under which it was minted. Now, let's face it, most quarters, especially those that were in circulation for years, have seen a lot of wear and tear. But when you find one in perfect, uncirculated condition, the value starts to rise, and that's exactly what makes the 2006 Nebraska quarter so exciting. Coins that have been preserved and protected from the everyday hustle and bustle are becoming more and more sought after by collectors. As the years go by, fewer and fewer of these coins remain in mint condition, making those that do survive in pristine state extremely valuable. Now, let's dive into the real goldmine here: minting errors. If you're a coin collector, you know that errors are the holy grail of numismatics. That's because a minting error means you've got a coin that is unique, one that wasn't supposed to be made that way. And believe it or not, there have been some reported errors on the 2006 Nebraska quarter. Some of these coins were struck on incorrect planchets, resulting in coins with off-center designs or blurry images. Others were struck with double dies, meaning the design was stamped twice, creating a visible and sometimes dramatic misalignment. These errors make the 2006 Nebraska quarter even more desirable. A coin with an error can be worth significantly more than a standard issue, and they're the kind of coins that can set a collector's heart racing. What makes these error coins even more exciting is how rare they are. While millions of quarters were minted, the number of error coins is small, making them incredibly difficult to find. And because no two error coins are exactly alike, owning one of these rare pieces means you've got something that nobody else has, a true collector's treasure. So, what exactly is this coin worth? Well, if you're lucky enough to own a 2006 Nebraska quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're already looking at a coin that could fetch a solid price. But if you happen to have one of these rare minting errors, whether it's an off-center strike, a double die, or another type of flaw, you could be holding something truly valuable. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. How much could a 2006 Nebraska quarter be worth? If you've got a coin in perfect condition, or even better, one with a rare error, it could easily be worth a whopping $59,000. Yes, you heard that right, $59,000 for a single quarter. That's the kind of value some rare coins can hold, and the 2006 Nebraska quarter is one of those coins that could be worth a small fortune if you find the right one. So, take a closer look at your collection, especially if you've got any 2006 Nebraska quarters lying around. Check for any minting errors or signs of uncirculated perfection. You might just be sitting on a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Top 4, we've got a coin that's going to leave you amazed. If you're a collector, this could be the find you've been waiting for. We're talking about the 2001 Kentucky quarter, a coin that's not just part of the famous 50-state quarters program, but could also be worth a lot more than you think. Now, let's set the stage. The 2001 Kentucky quarter was released as part of the U.S. Mint's initiative to honor the states and their rich cultural histories. Kentucky, the 15th state to be featured, was represented with a design that highlights one of its most iconic symbols, a thoroughbred horse. If you take a close look at the reverse of the quarter, you'll see a beautiful depiction of a thoroughbred horse running freely, with a bluegrass background that captures the essence of Kentucky's proud equestrian heritage. This image is a tribute to the state's world-famous horse racing industry, particularly its connection to the Kentucky Derby, and it reflects the deep roots of Kentucky's agricultural and sports culture. But here's where things get interesting for collectors. This coin, although initially mass-produced and widely circulated, holds more value than you might expect. You see, like most state quarters, many of the 2001 Kentucky quarters were heavily used and became worn down over time. They might still hold sentimental value for some, but most of them don't carry much of a premium due to their condition. So, what's the secret to making this coin a real treasure? Well, as you may already know, rarity is the key factor when it comes to valuable coins. In the case of the 2001 Kentucky quarter, it's all about finding those in pristine condition. A quarter that's been carefully stored, protected from wear, and kept in an uncirculated state is far more valuable than one that's been tossed around in everyday circulation. Over time, fewer and fewer of these quarters will remain in mint condition, which naturally drives up the demand and value of those that do. Now, let's add another layer to the excitement. We all know that coins with minting errors are the ones that really capture the attention of collectors. A minting error occurs when something goes wrong during the production process, creating a coin that's different from the norm. And in the case of the 2001 Kentucky quarter, there have been a few reported minting errors that make this coin even more special. Some of these quarters have been struck off-center, leading to a design that's misaligned or incomplete. Others may have been double-struck, meaning the design was pressed twice, creating a unique look that collectors go crazy for. The errors make this coin even rarer, which in turn drives up its value. If you happen to have one of these error coins, you've got a true collector's item, something that's not only unique but also incredibly valuable in the world of numismatics. So, how much is this 2001 Kentucky quarter actually worth? If you have a flawless, uncirculated example, it's already worth more than the average quarter, especially if it's been preserved in a way that keeps it in perfect condition. But if you've got a 2001 Kentucky quarter with one of those rare minting errors, a double strike, an off-center strike, or any other variation, it could be worth far more than you might expect. And now, for the big reveal, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare coins in your collection, or if you find one of these minting error coins, the value could skyrocket. Ready? A 2001 Kentucky quarter with a rare error or in perfect uncirculated condition could be worth an astonishing $61,000, yes, that's right, $61,000 for a single quarter. You heard me correctly, this small coin could be worth a small fortune if you've got the right one. So, what are you waiting for? Go through your collection, search for that 2001 Kentucky quarter, and make sure to inspect it closely for any of those rare minting errors. Whether you've had this coin lying around for years or just discovered it in a pocket change jar, now is the time to take a second look. You might just have a piece of history, and a valuable one at that, right in your hands. Top 5, and last rare coin. We've got a coin that might be sitting right under your nose, and it could be worth more than you ever imagined. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1999 Connecticut quarter, a coin that's not only historically significant but could also make you some serious money. Now, let's take a step back in time to the year 1999. This year marked a monumental occasion for the U.S. Mint, as it launched the 50-state quarters program. Each state was represented with a unique design, and Connecticut, the fifth state in the series, was no exception. The design chosen to represent Connecticut features a beautiful and detailed image of the charter oak tree. This tree, symbolizing strength and freedom, is historically significant because it was the hiding place for Connecticut's royal charter in the late 1600s. It represents the state's long-standing commitment to liberty and independence. On this coin, the oak tree stands tall, surrounded by a simple yet powerful design that pays homage to this symbol of resilience. At first glance, this quarter might seem like just another coin in the series. But what makes this particular coin stand out in the world of collectors is its rarity and the unique features that come with it. Most coins that were produced in the 1999 Connecticut series are fairly common, especially since they were circulated widely across the country. However, like with many coins, it's the ones that were kept in pristine condition, free from damage or wear, that have value far beyond their face value. Now, let's talk about what truly makes the 1999 Connecticut quarter a coin to get excited about: the rarity and the errors. Minting errors are one of the most sought-after aspects in coin collecting, and the Connecticut quarter is no exception. Over the years, a number of these quarters were produced with flaws that make them highly desirable for serious collectors. For example, some of the 1999 Connecticut quarters were struck off-center, which means the design wasn't aligned correctly during the minting process. This creates a unique coin that's not only visually interesting but also extremely rare. Another error that collectors often look for is the doubling of the design, which can happen when the coin is struck twice. These errors are incredibly rare, and when you find one, it can make your collection stand out, and increase the coin's value substantially. But it's not just the errors that make this coin valuable. As with any coin, condition plays a major role. A 1999 Connecticut quarter in uncirculated condition is much more valuable than a coin that's been used in circulation for years. Coins that have been stored carefully, kept in mint condition, and avoided the damage of everyday handling are always in high demand among collectors. The rarity of finding a 1999 Connecticut quarter in pristine condition only adds to its appeal and value. So, how much could this coin really be worth? If you've got a 1999 Connecticut quarter that's in top condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, hold on to it tight. This coin could be worth a fortune. While a standard 1999 Connecticut quarter might be worth a little more than face value if it's in great condition, when it comes to error coins and those in exceptional uncirculated states, the value jumps exponentially. Ready for the big reveal? A 1999 Connecticut quarter, especially one with a minting error or in pristine, uncirculated condition, can be worth an eye-watering $69,000, yes, that's right, $69,000 for just one quarter. It's incredible to think that something so small can hold so much value, but that's the magic of rare coins. So, if you've got any 1999 Connecticut quarters lying around, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Check for any errors, inspect the condition, and you might just be holding onto something that's worth far more than you ever expected. Thanks for watching today's video, and I hope you're just as excited about this rare find as I am. If you want to keep learning about rare and valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. There are always more incredible coin discoveries waiting to be uncovered. Happy collecting, and remember, sometimes, the most unexpected coins can turn out to be worth a small fortune.